Hi everyone, before we start our discussion, allow me to give you guys a short introduction about myself. My name is Faustine Ilone Hadinata, and I am a student at Multimedia Nusantara University majoring in Information Systems. As you guys can see from the title of this video, I am going to compare the AI in China and the US for the next 3 to 4 minutes. So if you guys are curious on which of the two countries is more capable to hold AI supremacy in the next decade, make sure to get your popcorn and let's just jump right into the topic. All right, I'm sure you guys have all heard about AI, but what does AI really mean? AI stands for artificial intelligence, and just like the name itself, it refers to systems or machines that imitate a human intelligence to perform tasks that are usually done by humans. By now, AI is used in a lot of different settings, with the purpose of none other than making life easier for us, humans. Google Maps, Siri, chatbots, or even CT scans are four of the many examples. As for today, just like what I've stated before, we are going to talk about the comparison between China and the US in the scope of AI. Precisely, does China stand a reasonable chance of overtaking the United States as the leading center of AI innovation in the following decade? This is actually a concern expressed by the former Google CEO, Eric Schmidt, who is now the head of the National Security Commission on Artificial Intelligence. The first thing we'll be discussing is literature. Here we have a report from Stanford University regarding the share of AI paper citations between the two countries. If we take a look at the line graph, we'll be able to know that the red line represents China while the blue one is for the United States. Now, you can see the two lines overlapping with each other at the end of the graph. What does it mean? Yes, this shows that China succeeded in surpassing the US for the first time in terms of AI-related academic citations with a percentage of 20.7% for China and 19.8% for the US in 2020. It is important since this also acts as an indicator of the quality of the study. China overtaking the US in AI research, setting off alarm bells to the leader that has been the biggest driver for AI supremacy. Of course, one cannot simply evaluate the capabilities of the two countries based on only this. So let's move on to the next section, which is talent. As shown in the histogram, contradicting the win from the previous section, talent in China is still lacking compared to the US, both in quantity as well as quality. China has 18,232 AI talents, while the US has 28,536 of them. You'll be able to identify them from the graph just by focusing on the blue section. However, the red section here is far more important as it represents the quality of their workforce. While 18.1% of the talents in the US are considered outstanding, it is only 5.4% for China. Therefore, it is safe to say that even though China is winning in terms of papers and research, their workforce still isn't as good as the US. The next one is funding. Here is where the situation starts to look a little unpromising for the US. The pie chart here shows the global AI equity funding share in 2017. Now let's focus on the blue and red section that represents China and the US respectively. China has been above the US in terms of funding since 2017, reaching 48% from just 11.3% in 2016. China AI startups now dominate the global AI funding, and the United States starts to lose its global AI deal share at the same time. Interesting, isn't it? Now, to summarize today's discussion, China is still behind the US in terms of talent and innovation. However, this doesn't omit the chance for them to catch up or even overtake the AI world. In fact, money might be a key factor for China to catch up. With highly driven young startups and government support, China definitely stood a good chance to take over the world of AI. So what do you think? That is it for all the information I am delivering today. I hope you can learn something from this video and feel free to let me know what you think in the comment below. Do you think China really stood a chance, or will the US recover and remain as the AI leading center? Anyway, thank you for giving me your time and I wish you all a pleasant day. Goodbye.